Winter morning. The man woke up one winter morning to a curious set of circumstances. A knife was buried in the headboard of his bed, about 6 inches from where his face had been sleeping prior. He carefully extracted himself from the covers and put his bare foot in a small puddle. His bed was surrounded in small puddles, the size of a young child's shoe. He followed the small puddles to his front door, which was wide open. His dog, a cocker spaniel, was tied to the porch swing. It whined dejectedly as he untied it. "What happened here, Parker?" he said to the dog, as he surveyed his yard and porch. Snowballs checkered the whole front of his house. His wind chimes were broken, and the lawn was filled with menacing snowmen, each sporting grotesque features. They were all facing his bedroom. Unlikely that was a coincidence, he thought. The watery footprints gave way to small tracks in the fresh fallen snow. They surrounded his house in circles over and over, with a particular collection of footprints at the base of his bedroom window. He slipped on his snow boots and coat over his pajamas, followed them through the field. There were at least 5 distinct sets of footprints, and they led him over a mile to the edge of his property. There, near the main road, was a house he rented to an elderly couple. They'd been good tenants for years, but he had recently told them he was increasing their rent by nearly double. Their reaction was extreme fear. It would be most of their monthly social security, they had said, but he was adamant. His brother had told him property values were going up all over and he was intent on getting his money. Because of his last interaction with the couple, it made the fact that the tracks led to their house a bit awkward. He was angry because somebody had obviously gone through great lengths to prank him, but at the same time his last conversation with a man and his wife was tense. He knocked at the door and the old man answered. "Hello," said the old man, "did you come to collect the new rent?" "I'm afraid we won't have it for another week." The landowner explained, rather sheepishly, that it appeared some children had vandalized his home, and that the tracks had led to their house. The old man smiled and stated that there hadn't been children in their home for about 50 years. The landlord was thoroughly shaken at this point and he rescinded his increase of the rent. Perhaps he had been too hasty, he said. He began the trek home through the snow. Gently closing the door, the old man told his wife that they didn't have to worry about finding money for the rent. She was overjoyed at the news, of course, but called her husband into the next room to show him something. "I found all of my porcelain dolls in disarray again this morning," she said. "And what's even stranger is that their boots are all soaked with water."